out. Hey everybody, we are actually in the eye wall of a slightly stronger Ada. It is unbelievable. Whipping here.
This old job is always causing stress.
I'm tucking the truck here.
All I ever do is work. I don't get no rest.
Man, I got some video
first
footage.
night is on the way.
Crazy. Let me see if I can get outside.
Down
Let me see if I
in
can.
trouble walk.
You just wouldn't believe how much rock in the truck is. Oh shit.
Oh, big drunk donkey IPA. Let that magic mango chase my blues away.
We're in the eye of Ada here in Key Largo.
Among my friends.
Tremendous
I swear the page goes live again.
coming in. Currently. I'm semi-protected here by my truck, so no worries, but semi-protected. I don't want to get the camera wet, but the trees beside me are completely sideways. I'm not sure what the gusts are, but definitely this is a tropical storm. I think we're seeing a little higher gusts. I got the back turned right now and trying to keep the camera from getting wet. We're in Key Largo. We're in the eye of Ada.
What's up, everybody? Good morning. How are you? Thursday night's on its way. It is October 10th. No, it's not. It's October 9th. I had to restart my walking and talking video this morning because I couldn't remember what day of the week it was. I had a complete, what do they call it, a brain fart? Completely had no, I was like, what the heck day is it today? So I had to stop the video and start over again. I had to go look at my silly phone and see what day it was. I know one thing, we've been doing these lives for almost 10 years now. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 10 years. We should do well, not today, Shelly, but we should definitely do that. Matthew, I know we started doing them in Matthew. So we've been doing lives for 10 years now. I don't think anybody's talked as much as I have going live. That's for darn sure. We enjoy the heck out of it. I can't believe it. I really enjoy it. So thank you all for joining the shenanigans. Chicken. Did anybody wonder what the heck the walking and talking? Why did everybody write chicken on there? Why do you chicken? I got both dogs today. It's a two dog day morning. It's a BOGO dog day. Anyway, so we got TikTok up again today, so we'll be able to say hello to y'all over there. Not a lot to get stressed about. Obviously, the East Coast is watching. We're going to talk a lot about this little nor'easter. We got some heavy rain out west. We got some weather to talk about. As far as Cat 4 or 5 hurricanes, we don't. So I guess that's what I meant by no serious weather news to talk about. Buddy, Longo, going to NASCAR next weekend. Oh, see, you didn't watch the video, chicken. Or Vicky. You got to watch the video. Morning, Ian. So how y'all doing? We're going to say hi for a few minutes, and then we're going to get right into the weather. I promise. That's what we always do. Where's everybody coming in from? Is it cold where you're at, Steve? 72? That's kind of cold. Linda up there in PA. Yeah, that's mom and dad. Born and raised up there in Warren, Pennsylvania. They were like 12 and 13 years old, man. Kids back then used to get hooked up a lot younger. Emily's going to eat some pancakes. That sounds good. Anna Marie, Punta Gorda, Anna Marie there. Richard Reimer, good morning. Got Jamaica checking us out. What's up, Michael Anderson? Sassy in South Carolina. Charleston, you're probably dealing with some flooding, aren't you, with this thing? They're worried about flooding, I believe, with the this. There's yawn number 1. Virginia Beach, going to be some winds up there, Nancy. I almost thought about going up there, but man, I got to get home for Talladega, and I was a little worried Monday we might have airport delays up there in Norfolk, Virginia, so I am not going. Could be some sneaky winds on Monday. So bonfire this weekend for me too, there, Beast. We Jersey Shore going to get some winds. I'm going to go over all that, the latest. Long as 5.5 months today, you are, buddy. You are 5.5 months today. He's a good boy most of the time. Yawn number 2 is coming. So where else is everybody coming from? 46 degrees in Missouri, Sheila says. Holy cow. It is crazy how the hurricanes all took the same track over there. Yes, we could talk about that. Cold fronts, I'm telling you, it's crazy. I talked about it on Fox yesterday. Who's Fawn? Okay, hello, Fawn. Biloxi, Mississippi. I've been through Biloxi when it's 100 degrees. Right there along the Mississippi River going northbound. Charleston always floods. It sure does, Christine. I think this is going to be a little more than average, though. Has it ever happened before? Yes. 2023, pretty uneventful year, unless you dealt with Idalia. We had 22 storms in 2023, and really only one hit that anybody remembers. That was Idalia. All right, so we got 2 dogs today. Another minute, and then we'll go off to. I guess we'll do Louie today for the thumbnail picture. Okay. Say bye, everybody. So my name is Mike. If you're new, hello. Yes, a lot of shenanigans. Just an average Joe weather blogger, not a meteorologist. Just talk weather all the time. Thanks, Ian. Bye, little buddy. Here's a big buddy now. Oh, yeah. So our weekend, Saturday, we're going to do a fire pit. I love Halloween decorations and fire pits. That is my excitement. How about that, Tom? But I look forward to the fire pit with the Halloween smoke machine going off. Good music. My beer playlist, I call it. Does anybody? Why do sad country songs make me feel good? I love slow country songs. I love it. Loretta Reed, thank you. Coffee time. Did my walk today. Sweet. Actually, Rachel said she's bringing s'mores. Sassy. The UC zone, Tallahassee. You named your puppy after Idalia? Hey, why not? Celebration Key Saturday, Allison. That's cool. I think it'll be fine. Maybe, it's going to start pulling north a little bit. Maybe that front line will back up enough where it'll be nice. There's going to be some rain possibly to deal with down there. We'll show you the latest. South snow, that was probably my most exciting memory ever in weather in my 21 years of Mike's Weather Page. Seeing all the kids and college kids just excited and meeting families that drove up from Tampa because I was showing snow and they never seen snow, and seeing these little kids with mittens and hats and the hopeful joy in their eyes and like hoping to see snow, and then it snowed and I felt so good because I felt so bad if it didn't snow, and I was like, oh man, I was so stressed that night. I went to the ale house and it was still raining about 10:30, and I was like, I don't know, man. I think I should have went more west, but I had to get home the next day and I didn't want to get trapped And it came. It finally came. It snowed. And next morning, man, I was at FSU. It was unbelievable. Those videos of the kids in College Town, so cool. What a memory. Hey, you only have memories. You got to make the best of them, man. Don't sweat the small stuff, man. Everybody gets so worked up over little things, and it ain't worth it, man. I'm getting older and realizing that, you know. Well, let's do our normal thumbnail look, okay, Louis? Let's look over there. Let's do a funny one today. Let's put something on your head. How about this guy? Well, he's kind of heavy. Let's put a rat on your head. This is our Halloween rat. Now you don't move. Don't move. Don't move. Don't move. Don't move. Okay. Sarah hides the rat everywhere she goes. All right, you guys go over there in your banana bed. Go. Banana bedtime. Banana bedtime. Daddy's done. Blankets off the lap. I got to keep the rat out because she likes to hide the rat. She puts it underneath my pillow. So anyway, all right. Well, it's about time to talk weather. Got a lot of weather brewing, actually. RC Derby race. Where's that? Central Florida. Awesome. Yeah, let's talk about the rain over there on the East Coast. Yes, I would be a little concerned. It's a Thursday, so yeah, I think Daytona, there's a good chance we could see some rain. We're going to go into all that, so bear with me. All right. Louis did a good job. Yes, he did. Going good, Bobby. Thank you. Had my walk today. Felt good. Woke up. Well, if you listen to the video, there's a story to tell. All right, so what do we got? A couple things. ABC Fine Line of Spirits. Our good friends bringing you the Daily Brew here. Going on 6 or 7 years now. We love them to death. So if you live in Florida, please support them. They're great people, good friends of mine. They do a lot. They do a lot of stuff, positive things across our state. We really appreciate it. This next week, I'll be in Talladega. Tuesday, we're heading to the races. We're going to have our car in the Xfinity race, the 07 Patrick Emmerling car, SS Green Light Racing, top 20 car at Daytona. Furman Power Equipment, and we got the Mike's Weather Page logo on the hood. It looks like a Hurricane car. So please tune in a week from Saturday at Talladega. We will have our race car out there on the track. And that Saturday night, we're going to have a special party in the infield at my spot, 1101. So if you're in the infield, come by Furman Power Equipment, and the driver and the team are going to be there. Giving away stuff. We're going to be having some goodies. I got Jim Beam, come as friends, leave as family. Where's my hats at? Where are my hats at? I should wear my... Oh, God, I'm going to knock my monitor over here. I got my NASCAR hat somewhere. So we're gonna. Where the hell are all my hats? Oh, here they are. I move things around. I'm like a NASCAR guy. I got all these hats. All right, we're going to wear my Jim Beam hat because they are good friends of mine too. And we have a ton of swag from Jim Beam. Hats, gear, tons of stuff. 3 totes full of stuff. So when you are at Talladega, you can come by and we're going to be giving away Furman swag, Jim Beam swag, Mike's Weather Page swag. Maybe a shot or 2 if you're 21 and up. So Patrick is a great racer. Yeah, he's a heck of an open wheel car. So anyway, we're excited about that. Hopefully we won't have a hurricane to be tracking. That's for sure. So I want to thank Fox Weather. I know not everybody's a huge Fox fan, but Fox Weather is weather. It's only weather. But they have me on every Wednesday. And I've been on CNN, by the way, Aaron Burnett's show probably 10 times. So never political with me. I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. It's just an opportunity for Mike's Weather Page to be on TV once a week. And I really enjoyed yesterday's segment. Talked a lot about Buxton and, you know, the people living there and what they're going through, and try to share a little more compassion to what's going on there. You know, Florida last year, we had a lot of people say that's what you get for living in Florida. And I'm like, come on. And a lot of people are saying the same thing there. But, you know, I found out there's families that have been living there since the 70s, the same houses now. So those are people's lives, and, you know, that's their homes. I mean, so. But anyway, I do want to thank them. I've been on Fox probably 3 months in a row now, every Wednesday. So I just want to thank them for that opportunity, because it's a pretty cool opportunity, right? Here's current satellite. There's our blob. That's Jerry. It's getting close to the islands. Expected to start turning soon. That's about it. We got our cold front showing up in the picture here. There's the cold front here. This, the year of the cold front, this is what's happened. We've had cold fronts beginning in August. And normally what happens in August, we have a very strong Bermuda high, and everything usually goes this direction. But we did not. We started getting fronts that come, and guess what? These fronts work that high away, and we've had a lingering front, it seems like, all the way through August and September, creating a weak Bermuda high, and everything is curving around this Bermuda high. That's been the storyline. Nobody predicted that. It's hard to predict that. 2023, we had the similar situation where almost everything was in the open Atlantic, and we had one storm form here, Idalia, and it was a bad one. So this is kind of where we're watching, I think, the rest of the season, as history says, as front lines are going to be ruling the world. Now, this is an interesting little setup down in South Florida. We got a little low that definitely looks like it's kind of setting up, but it's also bringing in a lot of moisture with it as this strong Atlantic flow comes in. So this low actually, I believe, is going to get pulled to the north, and this is the low that's actually going to be the non-tropical coastal low that makes the news the next few days. But this is current. This is why we got sneaky rains. We're going to talk about these rains in South Florida the next couple days. I saw 3, 4, 5, 6 inches possibly. All right, current setup here is it. I don't know what the hell is this. What the heck is that? I've never seen a circle that far to the north. Man, that's like almost Antarctica or the North Pole. Which one's on the north? I went to college, so I don't even know. Whatever, it's going that way. This one's gone. It went west. That's it. This is not being shown because it's not tropical. All we got is Jerry. But this one's made me laugh last night. I'm like, breaking news. Here's current track. We don't even have warnings up, which I'm surprised, but it's kind of weak, 65 mile an hour. But yeah, we might get some warnings at 11. It's pretty close. I think we're going to get some tropical storm warnings there. Heavy rain obviously is the big issue for the islands. It is going to stay east of Bermuda. That's good news. It's going to be a hurricane too. Here's what it looks like. A little better than yesterday. A little less wind shear. Remember yesterday it looked like a naked swirl. It was outrunning its convection. Well, the convection's caught up to it. And that's kind of what a couple of our storms did this year. So definitely getting close to Barbados. We have a few folks from Barbados. I know we got somebody from Barbados watching. So yeah, Jacksonville, we're going to be talking about it. So just got to be bear with us. We'll talk about everything. It's long. Halfway to Iceland, PSU, yep. I am proving the the coolest thing about Jim Beam is their logo. Come as friends, leave as family, right? I think that's awesome. That's exactly what MWP is all about, is come as friends, leave as family. And that's kind of what they sent me this gear, because when we hang out and mingle and talk, we are family now. And I can give you some swag. Did they swing? They sent swag. Holy crap. I got a pile as high. And this is, beginning of the year. This is not like, so every event I usually bring stuff to give out, but this is going to be the big one because I got a banner made up. They have a section at Talladega that has rocks, and we sit in these rocks, and we are along the road. And there's nothing better than people watching, right? Well, we sit on these rocks, and I got a banner that says Jim Beam on the rocks because literally we're on the rocks. You'll see it a few times. All right, here's the current key messages. Just rain. They're not really predicting anything too much. I would still worry about isolated, heavier portions, though. Why do they call it portions? That's like what you get at dinner. Portions. I always think of portions. I don't know. Say that word Portions is now one of those words I just said 3 times, and it doesn't even make sense to me anymore. So portions, 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 portions. Now it didn't even make sense. Portions, portions, portions. Now I can't even say it right. Portions, portions, portions. Anyway, there's your rain, 2 to 4 inches, 4 to 6 in the yellow, but it looks like it might stay away from everybody. But we're still close. We'll see that. So rain, obviously, the big thing. All right, what do we got going out west? This is interesting. Tropical storm Priscilla. Actually, there's been more. I saw this stat. You would believe it. There's Arizona has been in the cone more than Florida this year. That's a true story. But rain, this thing's going to linger. All this juice is getting flowed up towards the southwest U.S. And unfortunately, we got some serious rain possibly across most of the southwest, Arizona especially. So Arizona, just north of Phoenix there, we got a big red spot. That's bad news. And that's all from Priscilla. Can you believe it? Florida has had no effects this year from a hurricane or tropical system, but Phoenix has. I will be doing Winter Angel. Yes, every year we go snow chasing. Priscilla, cool to know. That's right. We do cruise together, Proven. We'd love to have you. You got plenty of time to plane. Yep. Yep, more in the cone, Ryan. Isn't that weird? So anyway, we are worried about rain out west. And flash flooding is bad. It doesn't take a lot of rain because all this ground is so hard and it starts to flow and it just starts accumulating more and more and more and everything just turns into flash flooding. So that's the big news out west. All right, so what's the big news here? All right, so here's the latest tropicaltidbits.com modeling this morning. And Euro backed off on the 980 idea, but your GFS still showing 980 or 990, 980. Icon, about the same, 990. What does that mean? Low pressure, basically lower the pressure, the bigger the winds. We have a high pressure to the north. That usually drives in, it's crazy how this works. This reminds me so much of Nicole, but when you have a high pressure to the north, the winds from a high pressure go this way. When you have a low pressure to the south, the winds go this way. Guess what? When they meet in the middle, you get a lot of wind. So when you're north of wherever the center is, you're going to have a lot of wind. These are official wind maps from the National Weather Service, by the way. North Carolina northward, and then they're tricky because they're like day 3-7, day 8-14. But the bottom line is the wind's going to start, and it's going to continue all the way to Maine, the high winds. I don't know what they determine high winds. Somebody out there probably does, but high winds. And that goes inland, too. High winds mean power outages. Wouldn't be surprised if we don't see some power outages. So we're going to digest this, but this basically is just showing you the same thing. This is basically Saturday night on all 3 of these models, which means Saturday to Saturday night, the winds get really bad for the Outer Banks, again, northward. Okay, green. Now, the winds on the backside will still be windy across the coast, but they're going to be coming in this direction. So they won't be as bad coastal-wise. But the winds this direction are going to be coastal. Because of the counterclockwise flows. So high winds, that's why we don't have a high wind warning south of North Carolina, because they're over land. They're not as bad. Just like a hurricane. Worst side of a hurricane is to the right because everything flows around it, shoves it up that way. So Heather says, I've never seen me on TikTok before. I'm always on TikTok. The only reason I'm over there is that's my second biggest platform right now. And I have the most amount of haters over there, and I think it's funny. So Deborah runs from snow, and I drive towards it. No flash warnings yet, Teresa. No, not yet, because it's not there yet. But they have advisories up. Let's go into all that. So here's rain. Now, this is a blended model on the left, so isolated will always be way more. But what's interesting here, 4.1 down in South Florida, basically everybody along the coast has got a chance for heavy rain. And then it starts to really increase North Carolina northward as this setup starts pumping in a lot more juice. So could be an issue in the mountains. We got rain all the way to Maine. Inch plus, the coast 2, 3, 4 inches. These are your green heavy rain markers. 10, 11 start to the south side of South Carolina, and then all the coast. Green is rain all the way to Maine. Heavy rain. We're going to have rain in Florida, but they consider heavy rain flooding chance rains. Now here's your gust maps that I posted yesterday. I posted today. Still, everything around that blue is 50 mile an hour plus wind gusts. They're not sustained. It's not a map to make it look like it's going to be Armageddon, but it does show some decent winds, 40, 50 mile an hour winds, 60 mile an hour winds. Jersey, down in the Delaware. I had a great email today. I'd like to share it with you. I'm not going to mention a name, but I love getting these kind of emails. Let's see here if I can read it without a name. Let's see here. Come on. Update. There we go. Had several offers to stay up there in the Outer Banks too, and I appreciate that. Oh hell, I must have deleted it. Oh well. Well, here we go. Anyway, it was a police chief, deputy chief of police in Delaware. And he serves as the town's emergency preparedness liaison. And just says he uses the website to stay up to date, how it's going to impact their town. The amount of information you provide makes it so easy for me to send to my people. We're very prepared because of what you do, so thank you. That was a nice email, and that was in Delaware. So when somebody in Florida gets mad at me because I'm talking about a storm that's not hitting Florida, that's why we're not just Florida. And I swear the folks that think I hype is because I'm talking about a system after the chance of Tampa getting anything. And they're like, why is he still talking about this? Well, because I'm not just a Tampa guy. So anyway, so these are the winds. A lot of winds. Just kind of showing you. A lot of gusts. Waves, I got corrected yesterday. I don't care. Well, I don't know the exact definition, but these are your max wave height. I think it's, what did he say? 1 out of 100 waves might be this high. It doesn't matter. When it's this high, you're going to have beach waves, okay? Yellow's 10 foot. I think I know who it is, by the way, but everybody else shares them too, so I'm just going to share them. But it gives you an idea. The next 3 days, 90 hours. Actually, 90 hours is 4 days. No, 48, 2 days, 72. 4 days? What's 90 hours? What's 90? Alexa, what's 90 divided by 24? Hell, I don't even know. She don't even know. Something 0.75. Big waves, and they're going to be coming in. So yes, a lot of coastal action rotating in Delaware, Virginia, North Carolina again, up to Jersey, New York. It's a nor'easter, a little early in the year, so you might have a little more rains and storms with this one because of the Gulf Stream. I want to look at short term because we have a lot of folks in Florida asking me. But let's look at the rain here and the accumulation in the next 48 hours. So we got this little low down in South Florida. Let's focus on that real quick. A lot of people are asking. So here, just kind of look at what's going on. We got the front coming down. We got this low spinning and stuff down here. That's a lot of juice today. Look at that. This is today. There's a lot of juice flowing both sides. I mean, north, south, coming across the state. A lot of East Coast heavy, but. And then here's the low setting. I mean, why are they talking about that low, man? Look at all that rain in the next 48 hours. This is through, here's Friday morning. And then, there you go. A little less maybe Saturday morning. So we'll digest this. But look at these totals for 2-day totals. I hate the HRR. It's terrible. Very hard to read. But I tell you what it does show you, though. It does show you a lot of these pockets of isolated downpours, which could be 4 or 5 inches. So we could see some pretty hefty numbers across the area. Euro's not predicting too much though. Let's look at all the models. GFS. Three and a half days, is that what it is? I don't know, Mike Ryder. I just thought a Night Rider. There's your GFS. So yeah, 1 to 2 inches. I don't know. It's isolated though. There are going to be some big pockets of rain down there coming. But you can see it's the East Coast again. This is like deja vu all over again. Well, this might work. I have a keg of Spaghetti Model IPA, and I'm afraid I wasn't going to drink it. But then Major just said he has a portable party pump. So looks like we'll be having Spaghetti Model IPA on tap at Dega. So anyway, rain. There you go. All right. So Saturday, so I do want to hit Saturday real quick because somebody asked me, and I want to show 24-hour rains. So here's your 24-hour rainfall beginning. I'll tell you what, let's look at one more. Let's look at, I like WPCs a little better because it's easier to digest. So let's look at 72-hour rains. Here's Thursday rains today. Obviously, this is a little heavier down south again, 2 inches today. These are 24-hour rain totals today. Friday rainfall totals are here. Pretty heavy rains tomorrow. These are official NOAA rain totals. So again, this is daily rains. A little more than what the Euro is showing. 1 to 2 inches in a 24-hour span. And then as we get into Saturday, you know, maybe a little better Saturday. Let's look at 6 hour. Saturday morning. Daytona might be okay. This is Saturday, so maybe the heavy rain on the Florida is Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Saturday ain't looking too bad, actually. Here's Saturday morning to Saturday midday. And then basically Saturday night. Sunday's beautiful. That cold front comes through. Look at Sunday. Sunday. That's Sunday. That means dry air. All right. Let's talk about tropics, and we'll talk about that coastal low impacts. This map came out a couple days ago. We need to still talk about tropics. Its map, over the years, it brings a lot more scare than reality. These are just areas that can be conductive for development. It doesn't mean there's anything down there right now. It just means conditions are favorable for development. So we just obviously look at the Caribbean. We have phase of the MJO sliding over. We have warm water temperatures. We have La Nina. Everything that's supposed to make things favorable for development are there. Whether or not it happens or not, that's the $1 million question. So, weathernerds.org's 10-day ensembles here. What do they show you? Is it confusing? Heck yeah, St. Pete, Michael Anderson. I hope so. The ABC website has a location tracker too. At Southern Alabama. Heck yeah, Rachel. I'll be driving through Southern Alabama on the way to Talladega. Heck yeah, Shelly. Major coming through. I love it. I just got to make sure I got to keep it on ice. That'll be the tricky thing. I have to get like a garbage bag full of ice, or I don't know. I'll talk to them about it. So we look at ensembles. what are they showing you? Well, there are a couple things. One, the euro is not showing much at all. The euro is actually not having a very good year. I don't know. It's been good, but still not good. Euro's on the left, GFS on the right. What does it tell you? Well, it tells you this. Okay, we got a big old clump, a lot of stuff happening in the Pacific. All right, so they're probably going to have more stuff in the next 10 days. We got our coastal low setting up from that little spot I showed you now that GFS is predicting to be that coastal low, which I'm going to dive into a little bit more with the pressure readings. You know, look, here's winds and knots. So you can see, 50, 60, 70 knots on the color key here. Just a couple GF or Euro, but basically that's area 1. And then there's this, okay? And this is nothing more or less, I keep saying, than what we've been seeing for 2 months. The only thing we're seeing a little bit more is a little bit more in the GFS, maybe about the same on the Euro. But notice the flow. Now, we just had that yellow area. A couple of them go this way. A couple of them kind of like that. So not a lot of support. Nothing's like breaking news. Nothing's more than what we always see. But this looks out to the 19th of October. And if the only thing that stands out is a more of a flow around that CAG than anything. So nothing. I don't see anything to worry about. Doesn't mean it can't change tomorrow. It means today. We live day to day in the tropics, okay? There's always going to be a hurricane coming. It's just you don't know when. You can't come back 5 years from now and say, Mike, you said everything was okay. Right? Right. Morning, Becky. Morning, Bobby. Morning, Ann. What's the brew crew over there yakking about? Food today? Who's walking? Anybody walking and talking? Yep, Jake, definitely Arizona. I just showed that a second ago. They bumped it to red. See, Jason, strong. All right, so here's the latest. We're just gonna look at all the models. Not seeing anything worked up about. Doesn't change, but so here's that low crossing Florida Friday tomorrow with those rains, and eventually 995. This is Saturday night, Sunday morning. Those big winds talked about, and it does slide up the East Coast here, so it could continue on. That's why we have high wind all the way to Maine. And rain. I showed the rain, showed the winds. 995 off Jersey here Monday morning. So those winds will continue Sunday, Monday, all the way up. If we get a 995 on the coastline, there's a lot of winds coming in there. Down the road after that, little juice popping here and there. A little juice there. Front line coming down, nothing. 00Z, nothing really significant popping. I'm only looking right here for now. So that's it. The last 2 runs of that. Let's look at the last couple runs of the Euro. 6Z showing our low pressure this weekend down by Florida, lifting up. There's all this juice and rain Saturday morning. Not showing too deep a pressure, which is good, but still 996. Little piece breaks off. Everything kind of eventually curves out. Nothing's really shocking. Nothing on the long range Euro. Icon. Showing that coastal low. Lifting. Hanging a couple days. Just ain't seeing anything other than what we've already know is kind of there. Long range Euro AI kind of shows you that coastal low. Nothing down the road. That's, I mean, there's, you know, we look at these operational models and just, that's it. I love this map. This is a tropical development map. I'm seeing a little bit down here. Now, a lot of this is depression. If you go to tropical storm, look, nothing. It still thinks we could have a tropical storm, but definitely the models are seeing the low and not seeing how the low is there. If the low is connected to a frontal line, it's not considered tropical. But look at that, man. Long range, maybe. I mean, that's like 5%. Doesn't mean we can't have something late October. You know, historically, I was put on the spot yesterday. There's a newspaper coming out that said, is Florida safe the rest of the year? Simple yes or no. And I said no. Well, the other way. Do you think Florida could still have a tropical system, yes or no? And I said yes. Not that I think it's going to happen, but historically, October storms lift and turn. So if you look at history alone, there. 2022, we had Nicole come on the East Coast side. So we're not out of the woods yet. But until we see something, we worry about it, right? So king tide, yep, a lot of Judy, a lot of that going on. The only good news, possibly for the Outer Banks and everybody else, is that if this thing goes to the north, then there won't be a persistent winds and waves that we've been seeing with this high pressure setup. So you're going to get Saturday and Sunday morning winds for sure on the Outer Banks. But if this thing goes to your north, then, you know, here's today. Obviously, we're getting a lot of winds and waves out there today. The front line's making its way through. It's going to continue. Here's tomorrow. These are wind gusts. It's definitely windy across all of the eastern seaboard here, coming in across the winds there. This is through tomorrow morning. This is that front line. Now that low is going to start lifting up, and now we're going to have a little bit more turn Saturday morning. And then the big stuff comes in Saturday night overnight. So this is when you get the biggest winds up that way. You know, overnight Saturday night into Sunday morning. Here's Sunday 1 a.m. But like I said, the only good news is going to be when it goes to the north a little bit, the winds are going to shift and hopefully come from a different direction. Here's Monday 2 a.m. So then the winds turn, hopefully by Monday, and they start to come around this direction if we get some sort of a low up here. So it won't be a long period of winds if there's any good news. But some of these gusts are still showing up pretty strong. We saw 82 yesterday, but none of them are predicting that today, which is good. GFS worst case scenario here would be Sunday at midnight, close to 50 miles an hour wind gusts. And that, of course, is the direction of the waves, obviously. The Euro, a little later, and it's showing up 50 mile an hour wind gusts. Some offshore, though, definitely stronger. So definitely overnight Saturday into Sunday morning is the worst. And then we start going farther to the north, and that's when the actual low looks like it's going to hang out a little bit more. And the big winds start to come in Sunday midday here, north of the Outer Banks into Jersey and New York. And we got some pretty good stuff, man. This is coming in, you know, 40, 50 mile an hour wind gusts, not sustained, but we could still see decent sustained winds. I mean, almost tropical storm force sustained winds, 33, 31 sustained. GFS is about the same. These are sustained winds. 41 across Delaware, sustained winds. So yeah, you can get the idea. It'll be windy. That's that. That's all I got to say about that. Went over everything. I feel good. Flooding in South Carolina. Yeah, let's look at those tide charts. They were talking about that tides. Where the hell is it? I always go right by it. I got so many maps up here. Forget what's the worst day. Let's take a look here. I know it's in major. I think it's in purple major. It's forecast to be in major. So yeah, look at that. It's supposed to be major flood stage 850. 850. And that's going to be tomorrow morning. So that's, you know, significant for Charleston. Doesn't get that high very often. I wonder if I got that map. So I have a cool map here. It says detailed tides and surge maps. So let's take a look. Do I have Charleston? So there's your peak Friday morning. About a foot and a half higher than highest astronomical tide. And they're running a little bit above what was predicted. Red is observation. So the peak is tomorrow morning. And then other places, I mean, we go to like Wilmington. It's going to be running high on Friday. Beaufort, high, really high, 4 foot. It's more, a little bit more into Saturday. Duck Pier, way high. Holy moly, that's Sunday. So this is a cool map. You can really digest. We even have the Gulf, but we don't have anything to worry about in the Gulf. Why is St. Pete high? Look at, see, we're running way above normal St. Pete. Could be the king tides. Oof, Texas way above normal from these west or east winds. All right, well, I went my 10 o'clock somewhere, so southern Chesapeake Bay area. Well, let's take a look at this Sierra map. It might be activated for this system. I don't know. Usually it's tropical based, but this kind of gives you, yeah, it's kind of giving you an idea. This gives you an idea of, this is a good map. I should probably share this one. This is kind of showing you worst case scenario, but I mean, we are getting 7 foot above normal here. You know, 6 foot above mean sea level. So definitely a good tool to use here with this coastal event. And obviously this is pretty normal up here at the Bay of Fundy. But yeah, there could be significant, you know, water. So there you go. All right. Well, hey, listen, we'll be doing this again tomorrow. You know what we do, and hopefully you got some good information. It's hard to cover the whole United States. Mama from Daytona area, awesome. Good to see you. I love Daytona. Grew up at Daytona. I was going to the NASCAR races in Daytona when you would go to the Thursday race, and they would give you a raffle ticket for general admission for the Gatorade duels. See you later, James. What's going on, buddy? I will tell her good luck. Thank you. We're excited about that Saturday. I'm excited about it Saturday. You know, it's Talladega season. Out for delivery. I got a. This is for the fence. We always set up a party area on the fence. So this year I got a long rectangle hula tiki tent that we sit under, Jim Beam on the rocks. And I can hang my signs and Edison lights from that. I like that kind of stuff. Halloween decorations are up. Yes! Except for the big skeleton. I'm going to post a picture. I took them this morning when we were doing Sarah's school bus. I think they came out really good. I really enjoyed them. Let me show you a couple of them here. Let's see. No. How do I delete these things? Delete. What the hell's going on? Oh, there we go. Trash. All right. Hang on. So, the garage door, which I'm bragging. I love my garage door. I got one of these garage buddies that makes it look like it's half open. And there's a clown crawling out from underneath it. I'm going to share these all online. I have a skeleton sitting, drinking some Spaghetti Model IPA. I have 2 skeletons crawling a ladder up on the roof. I have this guy sitting just because he was broken, so I made him sit. I love Halloween. Vegas for NASCAR. Tyler, good question. I do want to see that. Holy cow. What the heck, man? We got this flood map going on. Wow, that's going to be interesting. Didn't even think about it. Yeah, it's going to be tricky. Oh, I think I can zoom into the southwest over here. Yeah, I thought it'd be out of there. Saturday's going to be iffy. Friday, Saturday are definitely iffy, but Sunday looks great. They might have to shuffle things around until this thing gets a push out of here. But Sunday's fine. Sunday's fine. Friday, Saturday are going to be wet. Sunday's fine. Saturday's going to be wet. Cool. Where do I keep my decorations? We have a big attic, apparently. I don't know how it all fits. We got a little house. It's only a 1,700 square foot house. I don't know. Brooks wants to know any storms coming to Florida. No, we got a little coastal low down in South Florida. It's going to be skirting by, bringing a lot of rain to the east coast the next 2 days. It looks like it's going to be out of here by the weekend, Sunday for sure. Southwest PA, Kim, hello. Do you know where Somerset is? My aunt lived in Somerset. Cool. All right, we'll see y'all tomorrow for Friday. We're going over to Brew Crew chat now to chill for a few minutes, and then got a big day ahead of me. So have a great day, everybody. Hope you do good, and we'll see you tomorrow. Same time.